Hello everyone. Trying a new angle. It's a little lower and a little more, I don't have to look that way to look at the video phone. Chit-chat and in the news. I'm going to start this backwards because I wanted to speak about this a month ago when I heard it on the news, probably like 6 weeks ago. They stick in these little tidbits, these little segments, these short one-liners on the news, and within a year you see it happening. It's about Uber Eats no longer using, it's about McDonald's no longer using Uber Eats in the future. And it caught my attention while I was running around. I was like, what? And I even discussed it with my mom to let her know they're already jumping in. And she said, well, they probably lose a lot of money. And I found one article about it. Research. It should have been out here an hour ago. That, to me, does confirm what I heard. And I believe it will happen eventually. And what made me talk about this today, I will get there in a moment, was Pay to Drive, his most recent video, and I will give that a shout out in a sec. But the article, it starts off, the title of the article, McDonald's franchises dump on delivery. Yes, I just wrote down a couple of sentences. Our margins do not allow for the commissions that Uber is taking, warns owners group. Then another short snippet sentence I wrote down. Our margins do not allow for the commissions that Uber Eats is taking. It just confirms. And I will put the link below when I get home tonight underneath this video. I mean, I guess you could type in the title in Google, McDonald's franchises dump on delivery. That's the title of the article. It really gets, it explains the cuts of the guy Easterbrook and the franchises of Mickey D's, and how Uber's taken such a cut that now they're considering doing their own in-house delivery because they probably are giving away too much money. There's not enough money to be had. It's cutting into their profits. So I guess once their contract is up, we'll soon see. I did hear that, and this article confirmed it. What made me think about talking about this today, doing the live stream in my car, because I have to get going. I love this live stream. It goes right up. Pay to Drive, his title of his video, which I will include in the description below when I get home tonight. GrubHub, new refund policy has drivers upset. Find out why with an exclamation point. And that's already old news. And I know he stays on top of stuff and people send him a lot of information. I get it. But that is old news. And why is it? Because that earlier video of it's a rant by a restaurant owner. He uploaded it on February 23rd. Ranting, February 23rd, 2019. How to rip off a restaurant with GrubHub. Well, he was already stating that GrubHub didn't even have the decency to call them to question if missing food was true. And Pay to Drive, it was very good TV, YouTube for me today while I was getting ready, because he read the article. I would go visit Pay to Drive and watch his latest video. The end of the title is Find Out Why. I lost track. There's so much. There's so many changes going on with this food delivery app gig jobs. It is a great opportunity right now. You must seize opportunity. But now okay, I got back on track. It's a great opportunity. But he's right. The article's right. He read the article. Smaller restaurant, like mom and pop shop restaurants that I pick up from all the time and deliver their food, they might have a change of heart and not do business with these companies if the problem persists of the customer's always right. There's no checking up. The GrubHub is not going to pay. Well, they're not doing it now. They're not having their customer service reps call up the restaurant when a customer calls up and says, there's something missing, this wasn't right, and they just automatically give a refund. That's not right. That's not good at all. That's really bad for mom and pop shops, especially ones that they pay attention to the orders coming in. Now, here's the point I want to make. That article that he reads, go visit Pay to Drive YouTube channel, because he does read it out loud, and I like that he did that because I was getting ready to head out. Huge companies, restaurants like McDonald's, TGI Fridays, Applebee's, Burger King's, Taco Bell's, just to name a few, Wendy's, the big change, Chipotle. They are so spread thin that they have a lot of people, I'm not saying all, but they have a lot of people that don't really care. It says it on the app. They follow lead, whatever the customer says, and that's it. Big companies, they don't want to be bothered with all that nonsense. They'll just, not that they don't want to be bothered with all that nonsense. No one's going to check up on, well, was that true? Was the food missing? Did they not receive something? Did they get the wrong order? Is that true? Because now, when they're looking at their stats of all the orders coming in from the month or the week, however they do with these companies, nobody's checking each order to see, well, did someone check up on that? Did someone correct that? Why was the money taken away? Like, why was the customer compensated for something we didn't check on to make sure that it was real, to make sure that that was really true, that they didn't receive that $12.95 burger platter? Think about that. That adds up to a lot of money. Now, I have a really good story to tell you that led up to this. When I first started doing Uber Eats, working Uber Eats, and I was just doing it on Thursdays and like one night a week, it was 3 Thursdays in a row that I was like, what's going on? And, you get to know the employees of these places a little bit. Yeah, they don't always chit-chat, but every now and then. But I had to ask, what do you mean you're not taking cash? And they were like, oh, the debit card's down. The machine was down. They couldn't take debit card. They were only taking cash. I was like, well, what do you mean? They're like, well, it's broken. So, okay, a week goes by. Next Thursday, I go in. I start doing start working a handful of deliveries. And I was like, it's still broken. It's been a week. And they're like, they know about it. Second week, third week, 3 Thursdays in a row that nobody fixed the problem, that they could not accept a debit card or a credit card. Do you realize how much money that Mickey D's missed out on? Somebody's not doing their job. Or someone didn't care. Maybe they did inform people. I'm never going to get across today. Maybe they did inform someone in higher up, but they didn't do anything about it. Why did it take 3+ weeks for someone to come in to fix that debit machine so they could take debit cards and credit cards? That's a lot of money, 3.5 weeks. Gone. These companies are so wealthy that they don't need to care. It's not urgent. It's not an urgency. Oh no, the machine's down, we're gonna lose money. Well, a mom and papa shop, or the restaurants I worked for, just, they have a whole staff of employees of 25 people. That's from the front of the house to the back of the house, to bartenders, bus people. Places like that would take notice. They'd be like, hey boss, the machine's down. Well, that's a lot of money lost. Could you imagine a little mom and pop shop not fixing their machine to accept debit cards or credit cards for 3.5 weeks? These huge chains, restaurant chains, they don't care because they're just so wealthy. It just doesn't matter. Now, if someone really paid attention, I bet you they would realize how much money they're losing between the glitches of customers being able to put in special notes to those chain restaurants that the workers are just following lead, they're following instructions, they're fulfilling the orders, but then they're not getting charged for it. Where I did a video a while ago, probably like 3 weeks ago, heads up Uber Eats, customers getting free food, major glitch. I will add that link in the description below when I get home tonight. That a small mom and pop shop, when I walked in, the lady was really nice. She was like, I don't want the customer to get mad, but we didn't make that side of fries because it was a $4.95 charge, but the customer was like, in the notes, that didn't include a price to her total. A side of fried, please, and thank you. Of course she was thanking them because she's getting free food, but you can't just assume that a customer is purposely trying to get food. I couldn't get out of Freeport today. People walking or driving, I couldn't take a shortcut. So while I was getting ready, I listened to Pay to Drive. I listened to Saying It Like It Is, 2 more of his videos. Another great channel to visit. He's very insightful. So those are a few things I wanted to talk about. Now I'm heading out. I got to make some money today. I just don't know where the morning went. I woke up at 7:30 and I'm like, I need to be in my car by 12 o'clock, and I just made it. And thank God for live streams, because at least I could do this while I'm heading out, and it gets uploaded automatically without me needing to sit in front of my computer, upload it to my computer, then upload it to YouTube. I did it like that for a long time. I even did a live stream last night on my desktop, and it took me 10 minutes to figure out how it was going to work, and it was challenging, but I got it. I didn't think it uploaded, and it did upload. So isn't that amazing, guys? There's so much stuff going on. But that topic, I happen to feel, if I heard it on the news about 5 weeks ago, and I was like, whoa, I was like, well, that's not good for delivery food app gig drivers, because that will be one more major chain that does not want to give the food delivery apps a huge cut of their margin profit. If I'm saying that right. I'm not management material. I'm just find the topic very interesting. That once one huge chain, restaurant chain, goes in-house and takes care of it on their own, they could pay somebody that's behind the counter and just do deliveries all day. I'm sure they would gain profit if they did that. Other huge chains, I'm just talking about the chains, will probably follow lead because they can afford to. Where a small mom and pop shop, they might, you know, maybe it's still worth it. If they're using Uber Eats, it's probably worth the profit for a small place that has 10 employees or 15 employees, and they have DoorDash, Uber Eats, and GrubHub, and Postmates. They probably make out pretty good. But a big chain, well, they got so much money, they can figure something out and not give Uber Eats 30%. You know what? I read the article. Uber Eats gets 20%. Whoever this Easter book man is gets 5%, and the person who owns the restaurant gets 5%. It's cut in many different ways. So it's not worth it. You're paying too many people just to do this ad. You know, I got very nervous. I passed a cop because I'm talking on the telephone video. I do have my seatbelt on, and there was a sheriff right behind me. I am at BJ's. Oh, did he start doing the gas yet? Yeah, he did. You're not supposed to get gas when... The reason why I'm here, because I saved 10 cents a gallon. It's $2.69. If I use the car to be $2.59. I don't like getting gas when they're putting gas in the tanks. And you want to know why, guys? This is a great tip to share with you. Because when the gas is going into these tanks, all the residue in the gas tanks get all thrown up in the tanks. So it's flying all over the place in the fresh new gas. And that's not good for your car. My family told me that in Jersey. And you know what? They're right. So I'm going to Spring. I'm not getting 25% off, 25 cents off a gallon. I'll pick a gas station. I should have came last night. It's a very bad time to get gas when they're gassing up a gas station. It's the worst time. That's why oil changes are so important to the engine, because it keeps it smooth and lubricated. You don't want all that residue going through your system, your car's system. I'll open up the app in a moment, and I'm going to go get gas. I'll save $5. I think one was up there for 9 cents around here. I'll just put $10 in, and then I really just want to get through today because I'm not driving for the next 2.5 days, which is nice. I was going to plan it, my tank of gas. That's okay. You save here when you use that credit card. It would have been $2.59. And I don't pay for this membership. My mother does. But we give and take to each other all the time. Like when we got these phones, I was like, Mom, spring for the top of the line cover. We're not going to go shopping to save $5. We spent a lot of money on this phone. I'll treat you to a cover and the protective screen, and you know, I treated it to it, and every now and then I get a tank of gas at BJ's. I have a card, but now since I have the app, I want to start using the app. I'll just put a few bucks in to get me through today. I'll start the work week off next week on Monday. So this is all, you know, very good information, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just find the topic so interesting. And it was actually in the news about Mickey D's going in-house and not using Uber Eats in the future. Because they see they're losing a lot of money, and they probably can gain a lot of money and give better. They do it in-house. They're probably paying out a lot of money. It's probably not as profitable as people think it is. So, I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening and watching, and I'm going to get gas with the app. I'm gonna open it up. And that's all I had to talk about right now. Thank you very much. And remember, go visit Pay2Drive and watch his latest video, his most recent video. And when I get home tonight, I will put those links in the description below. I'll see you soon. Bye.